What is going on, Sports Wars? We're here, we're live, and even Jeremy is here, which we weren't sure on Friday. We didn't know if he was going to make it. Saturday, he made a miraculous recovery. Drew Bledsoe came back to sniff around, poke and see if he could be the starting quarterback again after Tom Brady came in. But he is officially back. Jeremy, what's going on?
I am back. Still not close to 100%, but I am here. How could I pass up on the opportunity to talk about Tim Tebow, the soon-to-be starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars around Week 6? I can't wait. I can't wait for it to happen. I can't wait for everybody to make excuses for why it's happened, but it will happen.
That's not happening.
I'm here.
It
will happen.
I don't, looking at how like fucking massive Tebow looks, I don't know if he can actually it was hard enough for him to physically throw a ball to begin with. He is so like bulked. I don't know if he's going to be able to like throw like that, like legitimately. Remember what happened to Brady Quinn? Remember what happened to Brady Quinn from Notre Dame, who was never really that good. It was overdrafted as it was, but he fucking got too big and he literally like could not have a normal throwing motion. That's what Team Tebow looks fucking massive right now.
Tebow's here to stay. It's going to be a fucking fun season. I can't wait.
I think at this point, I'm convinced he's going to make the team so that they can, continue to get this excitement in Jacksonville, continue to sell jerseys, all that. He's not going to be the starting quarterback. There ain't no way that happens. Why would they need to do that? Why would they need to do that? Why would they want to do that to Trevor Lawrence?
Because Trevor Lawrence is going to struggle. It's just going to happen. He's a rookie quarterback. He's going to struggle. God. And Tebow
way they will do that.
I even heard Colin Cowherd breaking it down. He was talking about a tough 6-game stretch for the Jags, and he's like he's going to struggle. He's like, Jacksonville, Tebow's going to have the #1 selling jersey. He's going to be the biggest thing, and the crowd's just going to demand it to a point where they can't avoid it. It's going to happen.
Nah.
There's no way they would do that to their #1 overall draft pick, Trevor Lawrence, the future of the franchise.
Why would they even bring him in? Why would they even bring Tebow in? They already know.
Right now,
it's already a distraction.
Right now, what they can use him as is legitimately a way to take pressure off of Trevor Lawrence. If that's why they brought him in at backup tight end, not fucking backup quarterback, Jeremy.
It's not going to be a tight end. It's not going to be a tight end.
He's going to be a little gimmick player. That's what he's going to be.
Think of this, man.
No, he will. He'll be a gimmick for a while.
Nobody's talking about Trevor Lawrence. Nobody. He's number 1 overall pick, and nobody's talking about him.
That's my entire point. No one's talking about him. And when he struggles, which he will because he's a rookie quarterback, it's going to be the focus is going to be that those sellout stadiums that Jacksonville has never been able to do. They're going to be demanding Tebow.
Do you have any idea what that would do to the fucking psyche and all of that of your #1 overall pick?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because Tebow is the man and Tebow deserves it. That's it.
All right, right now, I will fucking bet you whatever you want to bet that Tim Tebow will not be the starting quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Put an injury caveat in there.
Well, no, because I think there's got to be some caveats. I'm not saying that Tebow's just going to magically become the starting quarterback. I'm making predictions that there's going to be some crazy scenarios to lead us to that point.
You said they're going to struggle. That's what you said. You said that the Jags are going to struggle because Trevor Lawrence is a rookie quarterback, and they're going to put Tim Tebow in as starter.
I believe that's possible. I believe that's possible, yes. I believe that's very possible.
All right, bet me.
Okay, what do we want to bet?
$1,000. I'll bet you $1,000 that without an injury caveat.
First of all, is this legal to do this on YouTube right now?
I'll bet you 1,000 units. Disregard what I said. 1,000 units.
So if Tim Tebow starts one game, I win. Is that what you're saying?
If he starts one game where it is not due to injury, like Trevor Lawrence got injured or something like that. Yes.
Well, no. Wait a minute. Why can't I have the injury? Because if Tebow
because that's my caveat. Because you said that it's because he's struggling. No. How you started this fucking argument, Jeremy.
Wait a minute. No. But if Tebow becomes the starting quarterback, regardless of why, then I should win.
No, this is the bet that I'm proposing to you. I literally said that from the very fucking beginning because there's a lot of fucking random quarterbacks that can end up starting, right? When players go down and people get injured.
The only way he would start is Trevor Lawrence gets injured, the backup gets injured, the third string gets injured, then maybe Tebow will come in then.
I'm not going to say that because I could see a situation where like if Trevor Lawrence did get injured, maybe his season was over, something like that. They do put in Tebow to fucking fill stadiums. What I'm saying is I
will take the bet, but you can't have the injury asterisk. You can't have that.
Yes, I can. That's the bet.
All I'm saying is Tebow will be the starting quarterback, at least for a game this year. And I believe it'll be more. But yeah, I do believe he will start at least one game this year. I don't know why or how, but the point is he will get there. And I'm not gonna restrict myself on such a. You already have the massive odds I already have the odds against me, so I'm not gonna give you asterisks. If you're so confident that he's that bad, you shouldn't need these outs.
What are you talking about? No. You said that Trevor Lawrence is going to struggle and that Tim Tebow is going to be.
That's a prediction, but it's also not a prediction I'm willing to put $1,000 on.
All right, there you go. All right, that's all I was wondering.
But I will say that in some way, shape, or form, Tebow will be the starting quarterback, at least for a game. And I'm not going to cut my legs off by saying I can't have the injury out as well. On $1,000, I'm not giving you that. The odds are already against me in what I'm saying. I'm not going to give you anything else.
It's because you know that the only way it happens is if Trevor Lawrence gets injured.
I'm not.
Like
but if I'm putting that much money on something that I'm already going way against the odds, I'm not going to give you asterisks and outs. That's not how bets work when I'm the one taking the biggest risk, not you. So I'm not going to give you an asterisk.
You know why? Because I know that that's the only way Tim Tebow is getting on the field. You're claiming it's not the only way. You're claiming it's not the only way he gets on the field.
I'm saying that I believe my prediction, my bold prediction, is that Trevor Lawrence will struggle and that Tebow will take over because the crowd won't allow it. I'm not willing to put just $1,000 on that bold prediction, but I am saying if you give me all scenarios, then yeah, I will take you up on the bet. But I'm not going to give you these asterisks for your bet that I'm the one taking the biggest risk, not you.
All right. Well, then you're not going to take the bet. You don't think that Tim Tebow, you don't want to put the money where your mouth is and say that Tim Tebow would be the starter.
Same for you.
No, what I'm doing, I know for a fact that it will not happen. However, the only way I could lose is if Trevor Lawrence gets injured. Guess what? The Jags aren't very good. So Trevor Lawrence,
if he's so bad, you should have to worry about the injury.
Because the Jags are not going to be very good. So if Trevor Lawrence does get injured and you're sitting there with this team, you have Tim Tebow there, you might as well roll him out and get all that hype just because of that. Because now at this point, there's no need to fucking ruin the psyche of your number one draft pick. There's no need to do that, to make that type of decision.
Poor baby in the NFL. Poor baby in the NFL. Welcome to the fucking NFL. Poor baby who's been coddled his entire life. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's worry about the psyche. You can't handle Tim Tebow behind you? Is that what we're talking about? Well, if he's so bad, why are we worried about it?
I'm just telling you that is the way.
I'm just saying if he's so bad.
I'm telling you,
your arguments don't make sense.
You're saying all this other shit.
Your arguments don't make sense. Tim Tebow is so pathetically terrible. He's the worst thing ever, but we have to worry about the psyche of the number one overall draft pick coming out of college. People saying he's Peyton Manning, but you're intimidated by Tim Tebow. Why are you so intimidated by Tim Tebow?
I'm not saying I'm intimidated by Tim Tebow. What I'm saying is there is no way that the franchise puts their number one draft pick in that position with Tim Tebow.
They already have.
No, they're not. He's not there as a quarterback, Jeremy. He's there as a backup tight end.
The questions are already. Dude, listen, okay? I watched The Herd. Colin Cowherd is already breaking down scenarios of how Tim Tebow is going to take over. Then. Okay, all of the networks are talking about how there's scenarios where Tebow's going to take over. The pressure is already there.
All of the mainstream networks are saying this.
Jeremy, he has to make the team for one thing.
Wait a minute. Ryan, your entire argument is about psyche.
Yes.
Okay, well, when the mainstream media is constantly talking about Tim Tebow taking over, does that not affect the psyche of the number one overall quarterback? You're saying they're not going to put him in that position? He's already in the position.
There's much different right now, because right now Tim Tebow, honestly, is taking complete attention and heat off of Trevor Lawrence.
Goddamn right he is.
That's what's going on right now.
Because that's how great he is.
If what you say happens, that Trevor Lawrence struggles, has a few struggle games, the crowd starts chanting Tebow, Tebow, and the team decides
Top 5 selling items.
Decides to put Tebow as and you know what? He's doing that as a backup tight end. They don't need to do that. They don't need him to start for that. They can.
He's not doing that. He's not doing that as a backup tight end. He's doing that as Tim Tebow. It doesn't matter what position he is.
Exactly. But if you put him in, if you replace Trevor Lawrence with Tim Tebow, that is a completely different scenario. It's a completely different aspect of how the fans and the media will treat and interact with him. You can't pretend that there is not a difference between those things.
Okay, first of all, none of you. So I remember both of you laughed at me when I even said that this was actually going to happen. Like he would even be on the team. You're like, he's not, this is a gimmick. He's not even going to make the roster. This is a joke. I was like, he's going to happen. And he's going to come in. He's going to make all this noise. And both of you guys were like, "Oh no!" You just,
I said,
the media is dismissive of it.
I still don't think he's making a roster.
So, I don't think. And I said I question whether he will make the roster or not.
Well, I think you both know he's going to make the roster now. He's going to make the roster. I think you both know he's going to make the roster now. You're not laughing about that one anymore. Just watch the whole process play out. Tim Tebow is not there on Urban Meyer's team in Jacksonville, Florida, to just be a third-string tight end. And if anybody thinks that, you have not paid attention to any of this shit. None of you seem to watch Florida, the University of Florida, when Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow were there. I watched every fucking snap. Tim Tebow came into the University of Florida with the same exact doubts that he did with the NFL, where people said he couldn't pass, he couldn't be a consistent starting quarterback in the SEC because of his throwing motion, he couldn't sustain it. So he came in as a gimmick with Chris Leak was the quarterback, and he made some really cool plays, and he excited a lot of people. And eventually he became the starting quarterback and became the greatest starting quarterback in SEC football history. And I watched it all play out. Urban Meyer is not bringing Tim Tebow in just to sell tickets. It's not fucking happening. End of discussion. Tim Tebow will have a significant impact on this team in some way, shape, or form. That's a fact.
Are you willing to take the bet that he will be the starting quarterback?
Give me
despite some injury.
Don't cut my legs off with an injury bullshit.
Why, dude? No, why, dude? There are fucking third string quarterbacks that end up starting because of injuries in the NFL. I'm not going to give you that fucking caveat. There's been wide receivers that start at quarterback in the NFL because of injuries.
So in game 2, if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt and Tebow takes over, I lose the bet.
No, it would be a wash. That's how that fucking works.
No, that means Tim Tebow's the starting quarterback. I want that fucking bet. I'm not cutting my legs. No, I'm the one taking the risk here.
That would be a wash. That would be a wash. No, I'm taking the risk. This is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. You guys don't know. He's going to do it, guys. All the mainstream's talking about this.
Who's taking the bigger? John, who's taking the bigger risk in this bet? Me or Ryan? Who's taking the bigger risk?
What are you giving up? Who's giving up what?
All right. This is the bet. $1,000. If Tim Tebow becomes a starting quarterback, not due to some fucking Trevor Lawrence injury, right? If he just becomes the starting quarterback.
I don't know why you need that if he's so bad. If so bad, why do you need to worry about asterisks and caveats?
Do you not fucking understand what we're talking about? Are you really that dumb to not understand that if Trevor Lawrence got hurt, then everything would
so bad you didn't have to worry about it.
Okay. All right. $1,000. That's what you're betting, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes. This would be the bet. $1,000 if Tim Tebow becomes the starting quarterback, right? Not through some fucking injury.
Okay.
Then I would give Jeremy 1,000 units of whatever it was supposed to be.
Dr. Pepper.
Hershey Kisses, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So Jeremy, what are you going to give up?
Nothing. I'm not giving up anything.
If we went through the entire season,
so
and Tim Tebow did not become the starter, he would give me 1,000. If Trevor Lawrence did get injured, Tim Tebow came in, wash.
So Ryan's taking all the risks.
No, he's not.
He'll be out.
You're telling me that Tim Tebow doesn't even deserve to be on an NFL roster, and now you're saying that if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt, then all of a sudden he deserves to be the quarterback?
No, I would give him $1,000 if Tim Tebow started.
If Tim Tebow ends up starting, he's out $1,000. But if Tim Tebow doesn't start,
you're both telling me Tim Tebow doesn't even deserve to be in the league.
No,
you're telling me he doesn't deserve to be in the league.
Wait. I'm just talking about strictly from betting. If Tim Tebow doesn't start,
yes,
then you lose nothing. You're not giving up anything.
Well, that's not true. If Tim Tebow does not start the entire season,
okay,
right? then I would get $1,000.
Oh, okay. I see what
Right.
you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
So he doesn't get the injury out.
You guys were arguing so much, I forgot what the whole bet was.
It hurts to laugh. Anyway, bet's on, but I'm not giving you the injury out. That's it.
That's not how it works. That's not how
That
it works.
is how it works, because
is.
your stance is that Tim Tebow does not even deserve to be on an NFL roster.
Yeah, 100%. If this was not Urban Meyer, if this was not Jacksonville, if this was not Urban Meyer, if this was not Jacksonville, if this was a team that had a fucking chance of being competitive, yeah, he wouldn't be on there.
Then why are you worried about him being a second-string quarterback?
Why do I think that if Trevor Lawrence got injured, and the fucking Jags had nothing left to lose, and
but he's not an NFL quarterback. Why are you worried about it?
Because the reason he is there. Do you agree with me, Jeremy, that the reason he is there is to get attention and to sell merchandise?
I mean, not necessarily.
And to help Urban Meyer kind of fucking get his program.
Again, you're taking the ESPN talking heads standpoint and ignoring the fact that he's the greatest college football player ever, and he did this other.
Congratulations on being the greatest college quarterback of all time.
But you're acting like Urban Meyer's not bringing him there to be an asset to the team, considering of what they've done together.
I mean, think that argument right there. Herschel Walker is one of the greatest college football running backs of all time. Herschel Walker
he played in the NFL,
but he ain't coming through that door right now. He's washed up. He's too old.
But did anybody get rid of Herschel Walker after his first year in the NFL?
No, because
after he was successful,
Herschel Walker was a really, really good NFL player.
Tim Tebow won a playoff game in his first year on a bad football team.
Yeah, but Tim Tebow's not a really good quarterback.
Then why does he have a winning record as a starter, and why does he have a better, a positive touchdown to interception ratio, and why are his numbers better than John Elway's?
That was that one gimmicky year. Outside of that, Tim Tebow couldn't beat out Mark Sanchez.
So we have a high school career that's one of the greatest of all time, a college career that's one of the greatest of all time, and his first season in the NFL, he took a bad team to the playoffs, won a playoff game. But hey, let's get rid of him.
But he didn't play his first season, did he? That was his first season?
I said his first season playing.
His first season, he was a rookie, and he got I think he came in a couple games this rookie season, but nothing real. So Tim Tebow did get other chances. Right?
Oh, he did.
He got a chance with the Jets. He got a chance with the Patriots.
He couldn't beat out Mark Sanchez.
The point is that he never got a chance to actually play on the field ever.
Because he wasn't good.
Because Bill Belichick had him on the team, right? He had him on the team, evaluated, and gave him a shot. You know why? Because, Jeremy, like you said, Urban Meyer. Mm-hmm. He fucking did. He did something just like we talked about with Mac Jones, right? Urban Meyer probably said, hey, just give this guy a chance, see what he can do. Bill Belichick brings him in, gives an opportunity. He never saw the light of day. Right.
I don't think. I'm not even sure. I don't even know. I don't know. Not going to make the New England roster. I never understood that move anyway. Like, and no one believed he was
never going to make that.
You know why? Because Bill Belichick will do that and take chances on people.
But Tebow wasn't willing to move off. Because Tebow wasn't willing to move off the quarterback position. So that I believe Belichick believed that he could at least do other things when Tebow wasn't interested in that. I think that's really what that came down to.
Maybe Tim Tebow could make the team on special teams. Maybe so.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you would I don't know why you would have him on special teams, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But guys on special teams have other positions.
Well, yeah, they would have a position, but they would have a spot on special teams. But they still would be, a wide receiver, a tight end, offensive lineman, whatever. Yeah. Your special teams players still have other things, like kick returners, right? Like Devin Hester, cornerback, right? Who they eventually tried at wide receiver. But anyway, the bottom line is I'm totally down for this bet if I get the injury out, because if I get that injury out, there is nothing holding them back. There would be no downside because their season would already be fucking dog shit.
It sounds to me like you're a little nervous about Tim Tebow, and that's why you want your little injury out. Which you say he's not an NFL quarterback or an NFL player. If I was nervous
about it, Jeremy, I wouldn't fucking bet.
If he was as bad as you said, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
There are a lot of terrible fucking quarterbacks each and every year that end up starting games because of injury.
That's my entire point. So then why is Tim Tebow not in the NFL?
Because he's not as good as some of those terrible quarterbacks, Jeremy. That's why.
So you're telling me that Tim Tebow is not better than like the bottom 5 quarterbacks in the NFL based on what he's accomplished in the NFL?
Name the bottom 5 quarterbacks.
How many playoff wins does Matt Stafford have again?
You're saying that you'll take Tim Tebow?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
Why the fuck?
I didn't say that at all.
Why the fuck did you bring it up?
I'm asking how many playoff wins does Matt Stafford have? It's a simple question.
As far as I know,
0. I think.
0. He may have one. He may have one.
Wow.
I don't think he has any.
So you mean he couldn't even win a playoff game with a franchise that fully supported him, even though he's probably a top 15, sometimes a top 10 quarterback who's had one of the greatest talents ever. Yet Tim Tebow did it with a team that didn't even want him, and it turned out to be a bad team. But he doesn't deserve to be an NFL quarterback.
Yes, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, right? Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. Like you know what I mean?
Wait a minute. How are the Ravens? Wait a minute. So how were the Ravens before that one change to Trent Dilfer? Was he the one change that reignited the team? Because Tim Tebow's the one change that reignited that Broncos team. A terrible football team the previous season and 1-4, and then Tebow took over. What other changes did the team make?
Is it Derek Carr was the?
I'm asking a question. What other changes did the team make?
I'm giving you. I'm not. I don't know, Jeremy.
None.
But Derek Carr was the one change, the one catalyst, and they had a fucking ridiculous season his rookie year.
And is Derek Carr still in the NFL?
But it wasn't sustainable.
Is he still in the NFL?
That happened the next year.
Is he still in the NFL?
Yes.
Wow. How is Derek Carr still in the NFL?
He showed much more promise during that year than Tim Tebow did as an NFL quarterback.
Okay, and how's that been working out?
Jeremy,
how's that been working out?
Let it go, man.
I will never let the Tebow argument go, because if you watch how the media treats this, okay, the Miami Dolphins just signed a former college basketball player to tight end. This college basketball player has never fucking played any football, but the fucking Dolphins signed him, and the media doesn't want to say shit about that. But they're crying because Tim Tebow's getting an opportunity. But they don't even talk about this third string tight end in Miami who's never played football ever.
See, the difference
Why is that not a problem?
Tim Tebow failed out of the NFL.
Jeremy, the difference is Tim Tebow, he gets his opportunity. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. I'm not freaking out about it. I just think it's a stunt. I don't think he's going to make the team. The difference is the media are freaking out because he's a straight white Christian male getting an opportunity. You got Stephen A. Smith screaming white privilege. That's the difference between my point and the media's point.
But I hear the argument. Like I said, Colin Cowherd made this argument that Trevor Lawrence is going to struggle.
Maybe
and then why does Trevor Lawrence get the built-in excuse that he's going to struggle, but Tim Tebow never got that excuse? Why did Tim Tebow never get the chance to say, yeah, he's going to struggle, but there's a lot of potential here based on everything we've seen and the fact that he won a playoff game? Why did he never get that same exact opportunity?
People were looking at those things, and when, like I said,
no, they were not.
Listen to what I'm about to say.
The media want him gone before he ever gets his
I don't give a fuck about the media. What I'm saying is, when I looked at Tim Tebow and saw the things he was doing, saw the fact that they won a game when he threw 2 passes. They won a game. But when I look at these things, I say that is not sustainable long-term in the NFL.
Bingo.
Similar to what I said about Colin Kaepernick, very similar to what I said about him when he was winning
Every
games.
Single player you're going to name got a chance to show that they weren't sustainable. Why did Tim Tebow never get a chance?
You know what? If you don't think that this will happen, then why would you give that
There has
chance,
never been a player. There has never been a player in the NFL that showed potential, but the assumption was that he couldn't sustain it and never got a chance to actually show that he couldn't do it, except for Tim Tebow. Every player you name.
So congratulations.
Kaepernick failed.
You know what? Sometimes it's a good decision to stop things if instead of giving them a chance to fail.
Name another chance that's happened. Name another chance. Name another player that's happened to. Name me one fucking player who's ever shown success on the field, Jeremy, and gotten fired because they assume he couldn't be sustainable. Name it.
I guarantee we don't know those people's names. I guarantee there's people that come in on like a 1-week contract that come up off the practice squad, show some promise, but you know what? They move on because there's better options.
You know why I can't name another player that's done what Tebow did and got fired. You can't name it because they don't exist, because every player that's accomplished what Tebow accomplished, they all got the opportunity to fail on the field. Tim Tebow never got a chance to fail on the field.
You know
they
why?
assumed he would fail, and they got rid of him.
Back on the field. He couldn't get back on the field. People gave him opportunities, Jeremy. Not in Denver, but he couldn't get back on the field. Am I right or am I wrong?
They didn't want him on the field is my argument. They never wanted him. Denver watched the man win him a playoff game, and the whole time they never wanted him on their fucking team. They never fucking wanted him. The organization never backed him. The organization never supported him. The organization never said, he has our confidence. You want to talk about psyche? Oh, Trevor Lawrence needs a psyche. You don't talk about Tim Tebow's psyche. You don't talk about how the organization never supported him, because obviously psyche doesn't go into your Tim Tebow argument, but it goes into your Trevor Lawrence argument, because the consistency is not there.
I'm not talking about me worried about Trevor Lawrence, you dumb fuck. As I've stated multiple times.
Why are we worried about psyche for a young quarterback?
I'm talking about how the organization thinks. This is the entire point, Jeremy. I'm telling you what the organization is doing and what the organization is thinking when they're looking at him.
They never wanted Tebow. Never.
Again, the
so don't tell me he couldn't get back on the field.
To get Peyton Manning, they took that opportunity.
They never
Tim Tebow has had other
him.
opportunities in the NFL. He couldn't get it done. He couldn't get back on the field to show this promise that you're talking about with the Jets, nor with the New England Patriots.
He got 2 additional opportunities.
So what I'm saying is, if you are the Jacksonville Jaguars, you just invested a lot in this player. What you don't want to do, because everyone's worried about fucking fragile quarterback egos nowadays, right? That's the bottom line. That's what these organizations are thinking of. That is why I'm saying that I do not think they will do that. That's the entire point.
And I'm saying they've already done it.
Tim
Tim Tebow being there has already created the distractions that you're claiming that they're trying to avoid.
No, it's very different. Him being a backup tight end. The couple whispers that we've heard from fucking Colin Cowherd, them like, well, maybe he could get a shot at quarterback.
It is reported.
That's nothing. That is nothing.
It is reported. It is reported that Peyton Manning specifically said he did not want Tim Tebow in Denver if he came there. And I fully believe that, considering Tebow mania. If Peyton Manning can't deal with the Tebow noise, then nobody can deal with the fucking Tebow noise. Nobody. So Tim Tebow being there, it's already created the distraction that you claim they're wanting to avoid. That's my argument.
Well, you know what? There's some validity to that argument. However, there's a reason they're bringing him in at backup tight end, and he's wearing number 85. There's a reason they're not bringing him in as a backup quarterback. Right? Because I think they're trying to get the best of both worlds. I think they're trying to generate all this hype, get all these people interested, with the same time fucking take some pressure off of Trevor Lawrence, while not making Trevor Lawrence feel like, oh, do I have to fucking worry about this guy replacing me? Now, if you want to argue that maybe they went fucking overboard, maybe they fucking underestimated what it would do, I'll listen to that. But that is 100% what I think they were doing with this move. But you got fucking like 2 or 3 minutes. And we're gonna fucking move on from this.
Spend half the show on Tebow. Tebow's not even.
We absolutely should spend every show on Tebow, because
we could be just like the mainstream media. That'd be fantastic.
But the problem is I'm not repeating the mainstream talking points, because I see through their bullshit, and what they did to Tim Tebow, I'll never forgive them for that, and I fucking hate them, and I'm tired of their bullshit. I'm tired of what they say about him and their dismissal of him as a football player, which is exactly why he's so popular. It's because of his football abilities that people actually witnessed. That's my entire stance. But we should move on from it because the chat wants us to move on, and John wants to talk about something other than Tim Tebow. And he was nice enough to wear an I Am Geeks and Gamers shirt.
Now I'm about to burn it.
God, don't make me laugh.
All right. Bweezy Bird for $5 says Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich missed the playoffs back-to-back years. Get woke, go broke. Also, shout out to Kwame for reaching 100,000 subs in under a week. Yeah,
Kwame's
we're going to talk about Kwame Brown. We're going to talk about Kwame Brown.
He is killing it, man. It's crazy.
Props to him.
All right. Rick Moranis for $5. Jeremy, just remember, reversing vasectomies is entirely possible.
Oh man. Yes, I did. I did have a hernia surgery, and it has not been very comfortable the last few days, but I'm getting there.
Taker 610 for 2. Is a bad tight end a loose end? Potentially. Potentially. Shane Bentley for 10. I usually agree with Jeremy, but you're off base on this one, bud. I believe Ryan and John have the rational thought on Tebow, and Ryan is right. Tebow only start if due to an injury to Trevor. Thank you, Shane. Bewee for $20. Tebow not playing quarterback, won't even be taking reps. The rookie and backup need all the work. I love Tebow, but it's a no as a QB in 2021, no matter what. Thank you. Thank you, Bewee. Stephen Bunn for $5. Salute to Sports Wars. Salute Ryan, Jeremy, and John, Matrix, and Black and White Sports. Kwame is exposing these whole ass clowns with mama's cooking. Thank you, Stefan Boone. Appreciate it.
Kwame is, man, he had 25,000 people watching him yesterday, dude. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane.
Kwame is going off. He's going off on everybody.
And the mainstream's not talking about him, are they?
Well, I think they're doing their best not to, because that's what he wants.
Yeah, because
right?
he's going after everybody that talks about him.
Yeah.
Jamel Hill got roasted. Stephen A.
Well, and like Jamel Hill didn't even I despise Jamel Hill. I fucking hate that bitch. But all she did, she was like, "Damn, Kwame is going off," and she said, She put
out a tweet about him.
She said Kwame woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah,
that's what she said. Which that's not a shot at Kwame. That's literally saying, "Whoa, Kwame's fucking slaying it." And then before that, I think she said something about like, Kwame, please don't say anything bad about my mama or something.
Yeah.
And then Kwame said, you say I woke up and chose violence. My kids are fine. They're no danger. I'm not violent. I've never been violent. It's like she was saying that you're like going off on everybody, dude. She was saying you're being savage.
I'm just glad he roasted her.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is like she didn't even
it was misplaced.
It was misplaced. And everyone's gonna love it because he went after Jamel Hill.
Yeah, but because nobody goes after Jamel Hill.
Yeah,
true.
Well, except Clay Travis.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith wanted no part of it. He challenged Stephen A. Smith to a fight. He said, Stephen A. Smith, come up to Seattle. We'll fucking roll. And Stephen A. Smith said, I'm not going to talk about this. And then proceeded to tweet 3 times about it from people saying, talk to Kwame. Because Stephen A. Smith famously had that Kwame Brown rant when I think it was during the Pau Gasol trade for the Lakers, when the Lakers gave up all those picks and Kwame to get Pau Gasol from Memphis. And he gets asked on SportsCenter, this is a lot to give up for, even a guy with the numbers like Pau. And Stephen A's just like, they give up Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. Yeah, exactly. And went off. And that's like one of the first viral videos that Stephen A. Smith had. And Kwame Brown has been fucking destroying him.
Well, he does this Stephen A.'s been doing this shit for years to people. Yeah. Remember like how he treated Tiago Splitter? Remember that shit?
Starovich.
Yeah, he would just make fun of all. And again, that's fine, but it's like, then he also takes these this dude has literally, okay, and I can't find the clips anymore. I wish I could. Okay. But these guys are always talking about being respectful and all this shit. Stephen A. Smith literally took shots at Tim Tebow's sexuality as to why he couldn't play a quarterback in the NFL.
His sexuality.
Saying because he was a virgin.
He
He did that on First Take a lot. And that entire stance is exactly why I'm so tired of their bullshit, because Tim Tebow, again, Clay Travis said this perfectly. Tim Tebow's getting more criticism from the mainstream than Deshaun Watson. Why?
Bingo. Why? That's a good point right there.
Because he has morals and he has values. And
because he's white. Let's just be real. He's white. Just that alone, regardless of everything else. Like, I would say that maybe sexuality is not the best phrase for when someone's like, when you said that, I thought back to all those fucking people who are like, maybe Tim Tebow's gay. That's when you said sexuality.
You're always dancing on certain. I should have just said sexual preference or something. I'm always dancing around sexual words.
Activity.
If I was being I would just said that he was making fun of the fact that Tebow hasn't fucked before. That's essentially what I'd normally say. I'm always dancing around fucking words on you.
Did Taylor Swift ever make a song about Tim Tebow?
I have no
Like,
idea.
I don't know.
He wouldn't even fuck me or something like that. Could be the name of.
Yeah, I don't know a Taylor's. I guess Love Story is the only Taylor Swift song I know.
I don't know any.
JWT 6577 for 5. Tony Khan runs the Jags. Trevor is screwed anyway. Thank you, JWT. Bewee for $20. Tebow isn't a good QB, or he would have been signed long ago. NFL is a talent league. No matter how good of a human you are, like Tebow, or trash human like Cap, it's about talent. And yeah, to some extent, like you look at AB, he's like, that dude could fucking jerk off on a million chicks' backs. Like he could do whatever. But since he's Antonio Brown, he's going to continue to get chances.
But he didn't have any chances left. And a friend of his gave him an opportunity. And Stephen A. don't want to talk about that, but he wants to talk about Urban Meyer giving Tim Tebow, his friend, a chance. You know, that's literally AB. There's a reason AB wasn't on a team. It's because he was such bad news, and it took Brady taking the risk.
And I wouldn't say that he was I don't think he's a friend. I think the only reason Tom Brady cared about AB was because of the talent.
I'll tell you this.
Go ahead, John.
I'll make a point on this. Stephen A. wants to talk about white privilege is the reason why I said brothers ain't getting this opportunity. Why the hell does Josh Gordon consistently get opportunities?
Yeah.
I mean, how many opportunities has he gotten? I don't lost count. What, 7, 8? Something like that?
It's somewhere on there, and he continued. I don't understand how he's not just permabanned.
I don't get it either. The guy has a problem, and I wish him all the best, but clearly he has the talent, but you haven't seen that talent in like 6 years.
He's just trying to stall out. Like the NFL is just trying to stall it till they actually like just totally legalize marijuana, and it's like not a problem in the NFL. Then they'll be like, all right, Josh, you can be back now.
Well, I think his problems are bigger than marijuana.
No, but that's that entire fucking argument is such bullshit. Like right here, and I'll show you. This is why I'm so over the Tim Tebow hate. Like right here. Let me find it. Why is ESPN not talking about this story right here? Miami Dolphins signed college basketball standout as tight end. Guess what? He's never fucking played. Even in college, he didn't play football.
Yeah, I mean that's the story.
Never played a down of college football.
Right?
Yeah, he's never played a down of college football. But Stephen A. wants to sit there and tell you how Tim Tebow's getting a chance at a third string tight end because of white privilege. Fuck these motherfuckers.
I mean, that's the Antonio Gates story right there.
You've seen teams do this before. They gave NFL team gave Brock Lesnar a shot. Was like 7, 8 years ago. He didn't make the team, but he got the opportunity.
Yeah. So anyway,
what and like. If you're talking about like straight up football, do I think that dude who played college basketball, who's 6'5", I don't know what his numbers are. I don't know what his 40 is. I don't know what his vertical is. He looks kind of athletic. So could he have the chance? Maybe. I don't think that Tim Tebow really does have that type of potential for this, for a tight end. So if we're just talking about the tight end aspect, I think that he does not have that.
But my problem isn't that guy. That guy deserves every opportunity if the team sees some value in him, as does Tim Tebow. Right. Exactly. And it's the media that's twisting this whole narrative up. That's my point about it. Like, I hope that guy succeeds. I have no problem with that guy getting that opportunity. Team sees some value in him, go for it. They probably got signed at the league minimum, just like Tebow. Go for it.
Look at Benny B's comment. He says Michael Jordan in baseball.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Michael Jordan in baseball, I mean, again, there is a such thing as privilege. There's just not a such thing as racial privilege.
Bingo.
You know, when you're Michael Jordan, like, you can go and do whatever you want because you're Michael Jordan. And Tim Tebow carries a level of celebrity that is rare in today's world. Like, he is one of the biggest celebrities, period. Like, he just is that big. And yeah, he does get a lot more attention because of that. There's no doubt about that. That's just the world that we live in. But I believe
reason Tim Tebow got that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally the same thing in baseball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
The Mets GM even actually came out and admitted a couple of weeks ago that, yeah, listen, the Tebow thing was it was to sell tickets to minor league games. It was to generate hype.
Yep.
Like, even admitted that. And yeah, of course, Michael Jordan never playing baseball before. Now, I do think that if Jordan had fucking stuck at that, there might have been something there. There was never anything for Tebow baseball wise.
Maybe for Jordan, but I never believed Tebow actually performed better than I thought he would in baseball. I didn't think he'd make it that far.
His problem was, one, he didn't have an arm, and so it's tough for him in the outfield. And two, his swing was kind of like his throwing motion. It was just slow.
Yeah,
he made it to AA, right?
I don't think they put him in AAA ever.
I don't think
it was definitely in AA.
I think it's AA.
And he's batting like under 200 or something. But even like during batting practice, like when they were simulated games and things, he was hitting it the other way. Like, he couldn't even really get that power to pull it just because his swing was just. I mean, the guy hadn't played baseball in fucking forever, of course, but his swing was just not there. But the fact that he continued to do that and travel in the bus and all that stuff to, try to realize that dream, that's definitely something that's very admirable while doing other ESPN stuff on the side. Because he didn't need to do that. He doesn't need money. Motherfucker never needs to work again.
Nope.
Let's see. Bewee for 5. Tebow will be used like Kyle. I fucking don't know how to say this name. Jusic in San Francisco. He's the fullback, right? Pretty sure that's the fullback in San Francisco. I can never fucking pronounce his name.
You're lagging up. It's tripping me up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. You guys didn't lag for me. That was weird. Potentially Bewee.
That's the power of Tebow. He's lagging up your internet. Quit talking shit about Tebow. So
yeah. Mick Walsh for £5. Kwame Brown exposing Stephen Rat Smith and the other woke maggots is pure box office right now. More entertaining than the Marxist NBA of China. Use check. Thank you, Brainless. Use check. Kyle, use check.
I am enjoying the hell out of watching Kwame Brown do this because, I mean, again, this guy has been a punching bag for so long with the media. They have beat him down, and he's just done, man. He's done. And I love how they loved talking about this guy until he clapped back. And yeah, some of the shit he's saying is completely insane, by the way. He's out there. He's saying a lot of crazy shit, okay? So I'm not sitting there saying everything the dude is saying is on point. But the fact that they have, especially the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, have wanted to trash this guy at every opportunity, even when he didn't even belong in the discussion. And now that he's front and center, now they want to stop talking about him. Fucking cowards.
Yeah, and Kwame Brown, he did not live up to expectations. He was a number 1 overall pick, but he did have a 12-year NBA career. Yeah. You know what I mean? He
wasn't a bum. I mean, he averaged like 8 points, 6 boards for his career. That's
he's a bust for number 1 pick, but he was
for
not
number 1 pick. Yeah.
He's like fucking Anthony Bennett or whoever that Cleveland picked a few years ago.
If he was a late first round pick, you'll probably say, all right, he had an average career.
Yeah.
Who's the Detroit Pistons number 1 pick? I'm trying to remember. That dude was fucking garbage.
People are like, what do you say? What do you say about, like, and again, I don't know Rachel Nichols. What exactly do you say about her?
He said, like, this is my problem. Like, he was fucking talking shit about Rachel Nichols, which I love. I love the fact that he's bashing Rachel Nichols because I fucking hate that old hag. But he called her a long-nosed motherfucker. That's what he called her. But he was like, white women should not be talking about black men like that. And then he's like, they wouldn't allow her to talk about white men like that. And it's like, they allow a lot of people to talk about white men in very disparaging ways on these networks. So to me, Kwame Brown's getting a little too like, oh, fucking, it's because you shouldn't be able to talk about me because of the color of your skin, that type of bullshit. So even though I agree with some of the people he's going after, not necessarily a big fan sometimes of the way he's presented it.
I overall, though, I'm loving everything he's doing and saying, because, dude, like, these people need to be put in check. They need to be held accountable for their bullshit. And Rachel Nichols is a piece of shit. She absolutely is a piece of shit. And again, pretty much everybody involved in the mainstream is full of shit. And he is calling out wokeness to a large extent. And he's just putting everybody on blast. And again, they should be held accountable for the bullshit that they are spewing. And Kwame Brown is doing that in a lot of ways. And I don't think they know what the fuck to do with him. And that's the best part of it. They don't know how the fuck to deal with him. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was just say Darko Milicic, right? Darko Milicic is the guy who got drafted number 2 overall by the Pistons. And I don't know what his numbers are, I guess. I can't imagine. They have to be worse than Kwame.
I think he was worse than Kwame.
He had to be worse than Kwame, and he was not in the league for as long either, if I remember right. So the idea that Kwame Brown does continue to be a punching bag for people like Gilbert Arenas, people like Matt Barnes, who my favorite part was that Kwame Brown is like, Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher fucked your girl and walked into your house.
Yeah.
Like,
Put
he
him
was
on
getting
blast for
fucking
that.
personal with that shit, which is hilarious.
Has he mentioned Delonte West and LeBron?
No, but he had a whole video in October. We did a reaction to it where he was talking about the woke NBA, how he doesn't miss it. And he went on this rant about LeBron.
Kwame the GOAT.
I saw somebody say Kwame's batting like 750 on his take. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Agreed. So that video back from October, he says, "Why I don't miss the NBA? It's too woke," or something like that. And I watched it, and I wanted to kind of do a reaction to it too. Honestly, he dropped so many N bombs that it's tough to do.
No, ours got monetized. And human review, because I guess if you're not actually saying to yourself and you're reacting, you can get away with it.
Yeah, well, I think you might have a better chance of doing that than us, John. I'm just saying.
Well, Rhodes did the video.
Oh, shit. Damn. Well, never mind. White privilege.
Yeah,
I should have known better.
I was worried about that, man, because
the fact that Rhodes got
it was like 17 minutes long, man. He did it.
It hurts to laugh.
Yeah, like
the
that.
fact that Rhodes got monetized.
Because we were actually thought about doing a Kwame video on the website for the members, because we were like, man, YouTube's probably gonna ding us. Every single Kwame video got monetized.
Nice.
Well, and on human review.
It's tough to do some of those reactions, but it looks like we might be able to do some now, Jeremy.
I think you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, but anyway, what he was saying was, he was like, I don't want to talk too much shit about LeBron James, but a man who goes around here calling himself king, right? Calling himself king, and the way he treats everyone else. He tells this story. It's like, imagine you're a guy who's worked your whole life to do this. You've got fucking a wife. You got 2 kids that you're trying to support. And you know what? You get a 10-day contract to come and play with LeBron James and the Lakers. And you know that you got to do something with this deal, whether it's a year, whether it's 10 day, you got to do something with this just so you can get another job in the NBA, or maybe even go to China and play in the Chinese basketball league over there. And you're there, you know what you got to do. And you walk in the locker room and LeBron James starts talking about all this bullshit and says, we will kneel for the national anthem. What do you do?
Said that? He said
that's what Kwame Brown, he told the story, right?
He's talking about a guy like on a 10-day contract at the end of the bench.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he was like, what do you do if LeBron James is telling you, he's got the power to get you off this team in a heartbeat. The king, the self-anointed king. Like it's a good story from Kwame.
It is good.
Yeah.
Because he's saying that guy on a 10-day contract, man, he's trying to get that NBA thing on his resume so he can get other opportunities. But if you don't kneel and LeBron wants you to kneel, then bye-bye. LeBron ain't thinking about you. He's thinking about himself and, being woke.
Well, yeah. And at the end of the day, he is making a lot of people uncomfortable, and he's making the right people uncomfortable. And that is what we need more of. I want someone to ask, and again, it's not going to happen probably. I want someone to ask LeBron James about it. Stephen A. The fact that Stephen A. wants to sit there and get involved in all this shit and talk about how he doesn't care, and he talks all bolsterous, and then he's just like backing off this, and it's just funny, man. It's so funny. Funny.
Another reason why the media isn't covered it, man, because Kwame Brown went off on Joe Biden voters. Went off on them. Because I think that was the one where he was also talking about Jamel Hill. I think it was, but he went off on Joe Biden voters too. So then the media's not going to touch it.
Nope. So funny, dude.
Naymans for Canadian $2. Fuck you, Jeremy. Grins, bloody censor happy YouTube. Yeah, because he said F instead of, I translate it. If you put F someone, I'm just gonna say fuck. Yeah. I'll translate for you guys. Blue-eyed Scorpio for $2. Josh McDaniels drafted him, didn't utilize him in Denver or New England. That's true. Josh McDaniels was back in New England by the time Tim Tebow tried out in New England.
How the hell he was going to utilize him in New England? Not as a quarterback.
There's no way he was getting utilized in New England. So, but no, I don't think Josh McDaniels was ready to really put Tebow in at that point in time. And he got fired before he was able to do anything with him. So, you know, it is what it is.
Josh McDaniels like walked in there like he was Bill Belichick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he really did, and it was like,
well, he kind of was Bill Belichick in Cleveland.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you walk in there like that and just like are fucking like, yeah, I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing, and you don't have the Super Bowls to back it up, people are not gonna have a lot of patience for him, and they did not. Because it's one thing if you present yourself as, you know, working through it and like acknowledging, oh, I need to get better at these things. There's a different expectation. When you walk in there like your shit don't stink and anyone who questions you is fucking retarded, then they're not going to have a lot of patience. That's what happened with Josh McDaniels. Where was I? Eli Saul for $5. Adam Silver is nothing but soft as Charmin paper. He has no fortitude to suspend LeChina James. And we should talk about that. We should talk about Adam Silver not suspending LeBron James for the same exact things that people have had to sit out this year for. LeBron James violates the health and safety protocols, gets no punishment from the NBA. LeBron James should not have even played in the Golden State game. He should not have been on the court, and the Lakers likely would have been out of the playoffs if that had not happened. It's insane. And even Charles Barkley is now calling the NBA and Adam Silver out for this garbage.
Don't we have a word for that? Isn't it called privilege? LeBron James is getting privilege, isn't he?
Yep.
Pretty interesting.
It is black privilege for LeBron James. It is woke privilege for LeBron James. Charles Barkley, NBA ain't got the balls to suspend LeBron for attending tequila event. Now, I made a video about this on the main channel. Lakers LeBron James will not be suspended after violating NBA's health and safety protocols per report. It's not like it's just because it was a high-profile guy, because we saw James Harden sit out 5 games because of it, or 5 days because of this. We saw Kyrie Irving have to sit out 5 days because of this.
Dennis
Schroeder, yeah. LeBron James does not face any punishment. Now, we all on this panel, I think we all think that the things they're doing, but with the COVID health and safety protocols, are kind of fucking dumb and stupid. Nevertheless, it is the rules. And many people have been punished by these same rules this year by the NBA. Not LeBron James. He goes out and has this party with Drake and Michael B. Jordan where they sip on tequila because LeBron James cares more about doing that than being available for his team. No punishment.
Yep. Yeah, and this is the guy who wants to tell you that as a black man, he worries about his life every single day because the police are coming after them. Yet he's also the same guy that can go out there and break protocol and not get any type of punishment for it whatsoever, while there are other top tier players that have gotten punishment for the same thing. LeBron James continues to expose himself as nothing more than a overhyped, overpaid, egotistical nut job athlete who invents fake scenarios to victimize himself. And here's the reality of the situation. The guy who says that the police are coming after him, this is the same guy that got a police escort on the opposite side of the road. They shut down traffic so the police could escort him to a Justin Timberlake concert that he was running late to. This is who LeBron James is. This is why I hate his guts. This is why I have no respect for him as a man or as a human being. Yes, he's a great player on the court, but this is the type of person he is. And it just continues to show what a pathetic and weak person that Adam Silver really is. Adam Silver is not a leader. He's a pathetic beta. And this is why the league has been overrun with woke nonsense and identity politics, because Adam Silver is not a leader. He's just a beta who sits around and lets these players run all over him.
It's this simple, man. Adam Silver works for LeBron James. LeBron James works for China. It's just that simple, man. What LeBron wants, he gets. Adam Silver has no spine, no backbone, and no balls, as Charles Barkley said.
Yeah, and we're about to listen to Charles right here. We'll listen to what Charles says about the NBA.
He just came out and said Bron violated COVID protocols with a release party he was at. But his availability to play is apparently not in question. How do you feel about that?
Hey, listen, I love Adam Silver. Rest in peace, David Stern, the best commissioner in sport. The NBA ain't got the balls to roll. Listen. Today, when I read that, I just, like sometimes you read stuff, you just throw a lot of, hey, the NBA, they ain't got no chance of suspending LeBron James. Like if it was a nobody, they would put him in health and safety protocols. Ain't no way LeBron James will put it out because of health and safety protocols. When I read that, I just started laughing. LeBron James is playing Sunday. Gary.
Yeah, and he's 100% right. And they're laughing at it because everyone knows that the NBA does not have the spine to do that. It is always going to be double standards for woke fucking losers like LeBron because he brings in the ratings. If he brings in the ratings, please explain to me why the NBA Finals was the lowest rated in history. Please explain to me why this year's NBA, I know LeBron missed some games, but even before that, it was on pace to be the lowest rated NBA season of all time. They're doing this because this preconceived notion that the only way they can get people to watch is with LeBron James. When in fact, if they just focused on basketball, got back to basketball and embraced all of their fans, regardless of who they voted for, then maybe people would actually watch the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing. And I mean, regardless of how you feel about certain things, the NFL still suspended Tom Brady for 4 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they went out of their way to do it. Now, I believe it was bullshit. I think anybody that paid attention knows it was bullshit, but they still suspended Tom Brady. The fact that James did this, and we're all so hypersensitive in this world right now to all these protocols, and the fact that he just no punishment whatsoever. Again, man. It's like I said, you look at the UFC leadership with Dana White, and then you look at the NBA leadership of Adam Silver. Just look at those two men, and you can fully understand why one of these companies is thriving and the other is failing. I mean, imagine Adam Silver actually having any control over these players. Imagine Adam Silver being able to step up to these players and actually hold them accountable like Dana White does his fighters. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yep, and it will not happen because the NBA continues to go woke and get broke. But let's get back.
Wokeness is a disease. It is an absolute disease. And anytime you have a leader within your company that's willing to allow wokeness to continue to just infiltrate whatever, then you know that you're dealing with a situation that's not going to be sustainable and it's going to continue to die from within. And that's what's happening with the NBA right now. And a lot of that has to do with Adam Silver and his weak leadership. He's just pathetic. He really is.
Yep, he is. Let's get back to some of these super chats. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead for 5. If you really want to piss off LeBron, accuse him of being a big Trump supporter until he gets the jab. That should piss him off. That is a huge thing. Ironically, LeBron James has been a puppet of anyone in the government except when it comes to that. Then he's very silent.
Mm-hmm. I see our buddy Drunk 3PO in the house. What does it matter if it was the start of the season? Doesn't matter.
The protocols are still in place. He didn't follow it.
Well, I get the hypocrisy thing, yeah. But the truth is, LeBron James should not have played in the play-in tournament game. There is no way, and I don't think that personally. I think they probably knew about this. The story didn't break, and even if the media did know about it, they didn't break the story until after the play-in game. Because
Drunk 3BO says it matters big time. It doesn't matter because number one, Brady didn't do anything wrong. But the fact is he was the biggest name in the sport, and they freaking suspended him over something they couldn't even prove that he did.
I agree with Jay, though, where there is a difference between, like, if they had sat LeBron James, same thing, James Harden, Kyrie, they sat them out in the middle of the season. There is a difference doing that optics-wise, and there'd be a lot more pressure to not do it if it were in the playoffs, because the chances then that you won't have that person for the rest of the playoffs, he gets knocked out. So it is different, but you're right that they actually held up to the best player in football, and they did that regardless of the timing. But it's a different thing in the playoffs.
But they went. But the point is the biggest name in the sport got suspended for something they couldn't even prove that he did. Whereas LeBron James blatantly has broken protocol and everybody knows it, and they still won't suspend him. Like that's the problem here. Yeah. Like the fact that Brady got suspended for something he couldn't even prove that he did, and they still suspended him for 4 games, even with all of that controversy. It just, again, I obviously don't like it, and I think it's bullshit. And I think Roger Goodell's a piece of shit. But LeBron James should have been suspended. End of discussion.
Yeah. You guys are, listen, we let you say pretty much anything you want in the chat. Just don't spam. Because you're free to be a retard all you want. Just don't spam retardation. That's really all that we ask. So yeah, we will continue to fucking kill you out, knock you out of the chat if there's spam. James L. Jesus for 5. Jeremy, how happy are you? The Atlanta Braves scored 20 runs.
They did?
I don't know if they did score 20. I saw them at 19, so I assume they did make it to 20. But I don't think Jeremy cares about the.
I don't give a fuck about baseball.
Yeah. He's a Fairweather Braves fan. He doesn't actually follow it. So
I followed the Braves when they were cool. When Dale Murphy and Bob Harner were there.
Oh, yeah, it was 20-1. Winning. 20-1 against the Pirates. Yeah. I mean, I followed them like everybody in the 90s when they had Maddox and Smoltz and Glavine and David Justice and, you know, all these guys, and a disappointing team to only win 1, to be honest with you. But
they won 14 straight division titles, man. That's so hard to do in baseball.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Where was I? A Money Wilson. Wow, fucking skipped on me. Holy shit. A Money Wilson for 5. Vince Young, great college quarterback. 1 rookie of the year. Never got a second chance.
Vince Young got chances.
He wasn't good. He was not good.
No, but Vince Young, Vince Young, pull him his numbers. Vince Young didn't, let's see. So
he played after his rookie season.
Yeah, Vince Young started 60 games or 50 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all.
Probably would have been smarter for them to acknowledge that he wasn't going to be that he wasn't going to amount to much based on what they saw and pull the plug early. That's what I would have done with Vince Young. Butter Biscuit for $2. Thank God I start these streams late now so I can skip these stupid Tebow arguments. Now I'm only 20 minutes behind. You guys have the same dumb argument, which in my eyes is no different than the mainstream. Sorry, but I find it suckering at this point. Yeah, I don't like fucking sitting here having to argue about Tim Tebow either, but that's all Jeremy ever wants to talk about.
Tim
like
Tebow.
Bayless.
Love Tim Tebow.
Eric Winberg for 2. G&G powering on. Happy Sunday Sports Wars in chat. Thank you, Eric Winberg. Appreciate that. Extron Killmaster for $5. Tim Tebow is your dad. He would have to fuck someone first. Bweezy Bird for $5. Can I say it's embarrassing? The NBA teams in Cali, Colorado, and Oregon won't have crowds, but New York will have a full crowd tonight. It is embarrassing. Andrew Cuomo's opening things up now that he's, you know, maybe if there was a massive scandal, the recall is not enough for Newsom. He needs a massive scandal in order to completely open up all sporting events. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm happy for Derrick Rose that the Knicks are doing well. That's about all I care about the Knicks, though. Julius Randle, I'm not a big Julius Randle guy, but we'll see what the Knicks do. Ty Sloan for 2. Thoughts on Catwoman and Batman in Fortnite?
Jay?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I don't play Fortnite.
Me
Jay
neither.
plays Fortnite for our Geeks Gamers Twitch channel. He's really good at it, but I personally don't. I'm happy about the Warzone update with some of the 80s action stars, Rambo and John McClane.
Someone said Tebow can have sex now. He'll do even worse. Oh my god. Air to the Ron for $5. Wow, catching you guys live finally. Blessings, fam. Thank you, Air to the Ron. Appreciate that. Danny Newbert for 5. Kevin, oh, thank you. Kevin Pillar was down for 36 seconds after getting hit in the face with a high 90s fastball. LeBron was down for 80 seconds from that eye poke. Yeah. Kevin Pillar, I don't know if you saw that, Jeremy. I want to play that actually. Kevin Pillar.
I see we just get a super chat from some idiots like, I feel you're closeted racists. Why would you super chat someone if you think that they're closeted racists? I don't understand. But apparently John doesn't exist on this panel. John, sorry,
Yeah,
you're racist.
I guess not.
So,
If we were closeted, how would you know?
yeah.
That's my question, but I don't know.
What a fucking more. I would say if you really want to make your point, I would say send a $50 super chat to call us that, because it will have more power and more influence if you send a $50 super chat to say that when you call us that. You dumb fuck.
Oh, I saw this. This is brutal.
Yeah, so this is Kevin Pillar. You can see from the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
You can see from the thumbnail what's going to happen.
Yeah, I did a video on this. It did bad.
I wish I would have done one just because.
The 1-2. He hit him. Oh my goodness. Where did it get Pillar?
So
holy shit.
It's like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, right? 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Let's see how long Kevin Pillar stays down.
Face.
He's just immediately gushing blood, dude.
Wow.
Like, look at Freddie Freeman. He's like, oh my God. Look at the blood. Right? And yeah, you gotta feel like if you're that pitcher, oof,
yeah,
you feel fucked up when you do that. So Kevin Pillar is still down.
The fact that he's handling this better than LeBron.
That's the point. That's the point of the super chat. Is that Kevin Pillar is about to fucking
blood.
hop back up. Look at him. This motherfucker's about to stand up.
Handled that better. Wow. That's a grown ass. That's a grown ass man right there.
100%. While LeBron James fakes and pretends like he got injured, doesn't know whether to grab the front of his head, the back of his head, his fucking quad, his ankle. He doesn't know what is fucking hurt. He's just a fake ass bitch. A fake ass bitch. Kevin Pillar, respect.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Wow. That's amazing, dude. LeBron's just so embarrassing.
Oh, 100% he is. Well, and it wasn't enough. Like we said, it wasn't enough that he sank that shot. It wasn't enough that he sank that shot, a clutch shot, 34 feet, drained it. He had to then lie and pretend like he was seeing triple, and I just picked the one. That's a lie.
He thought he was Rocky Balboa in Rocky 4.
I know. It wasn't enough for him, what he accomplished on the floor. He has to fucking hyperbolize. He has to lie about it. Because that's how insecure LeBron James is.
Yep. By the way, while we still have a good crowd here, and we don't have all the details yet, but Ryan and I are definitely looking to do some stuff with fantasy football this year.
Oh, yeah.
And some other things that we're working on to get more involvement for everyone. So I would suggest just make sure you go and sign up to geeksandgamers.com. It's free to create an account over there and be in the forums. We'll probably have you on the emailing list so we can update you on all that stuff. And obviously locals, if you go over to our locals community, support us over there. That's where you'll get all the information, but we're good. I have never played fantasy football ever because I don't like it's too much focus. I already put enough emphasis on everything I watch with the NFL, but this year, if we're going to back it with Geeks and Gamers Sports Wars, I'm going to get involved. So we're going to play fantasy.
Oh yeah, so we're looking at we got some things in the works. You guys will know we want to be ready to really launch it by football season. And fantasy football season for you guys that play, you guys know that really ramps up a month before the season, a month and a half before the season, depending on when you're doing your research, getting ready for your fantasy football draft, and when your league decides to draft. But it's going to be interesting this year, especially with 17 games. We're also going to start getting into sports gambling a little bit. So just stay tuned for that. Got a lot of big things coming for this channel.
Mm-hmm.
Heath Nation. Oh, sorry. Chum Buckets for 2 says LGBT, liberty, guns, beer, and titties. Thank you. I think we can all support that LGBT community. Heath Nation for $5. If you were in Urban Meyer's position, what would you say to Tim Tebow with all this BS from Stephen A. and Shannon Dahl being said? Shannon Dahl instead of Shannon Sharp.
What was the first part? Did they say? What would you say to Tim Tebow? What did they say?
Let's see. If you're in Urban Meyer's position,
If you're in Urban Meyer's position,
what would you say?
I don't think he needs to say anything. I think Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow have been through this a lot. I think they know each other very well. I don't think you need to tell Tim Tebow anything. He literally works for the network. You know what I mean? Like he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's dealing with.
Yeah. Frank Laverne for $5. Is Udonis Haslem in the Heat black privilege? He's played 2 games all year and is 40 years old. Couldn't the Heat use that roster spot better? I can't believe Udonis Haslem's still in the fucking league, honestly.
Me neither, man.
It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's still doing his thing. I mean, there's a lot of players who just don't play. There's a lot of teams that only get 8 players deep, 9 players deep. But yeah, Udonis Haslem still going strong somehow. It is saying I'm getting a warning that, hey, we detected copyright audio and video. Our stream may be temporarily blocked. So if we do drop out for a second, guys, we will be back. MLB doesn't want us showing Kevin Pillar taking fucking balls to the face. Mike Hill for $5. Adam Silver only cares about money and ratings. If that were the case, I don't think they would have done some of the things they did last year because they lost a lot of money and they lost a lot of ratings.
I wish that they only cared about money and ratings. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that's what they should care about. As a league, you should care about your ratings and your money. And if they cared about that, then we wouldn't be getting a lot of the bullshit that we're getting. So I would disagree with you on that. And I kind of wish that he did only care about money and rating.
Mikey Gussa for $20. Thank you, Mikey. Of course, knowing Mikey, it's not going to be about sports. It's going to be about something else. Just saw Army of the Dead last night on Netflix, and it was a great time. Definitely recommend it. Don't listen to Angry Joe. Angry Joe must not like it. He says he gave Falcon Winter Soldier a 9 out of 10. Captain Marvel and Men in Black International a 7 out of 10. There you go. Don't listen to Angry Joe. I watched Army of the Dead last night while I was doing some stuff around the house, and it was good. Like I enjoyed it. I'm not a big zombie guy.
Is that on HBO Max?
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I watched it. It was okay. I'm not a big zombie guy. I think there were parts of it that dragged. I think it could have been a little shorter, but overall it was good.
I watched about half of it while I was trying to sleep last night. So I think about halfway through is when I finally dozed off, and I was enjoying it. And again, I like Zack Snyder's, Dawn of the Dead. And so I was enjoying this. No wokeness, no identity politics, which is a plus. And I like his zombie movies. And yeah, it just continues to show why I think he should stay as far away from DCU as possible and make more shit like this, because this is what he's good at. In my humble opinion, fuck his DCEU.
Hey, you're gonna love his DCU once J.J. Abrams ruins Superman.
Dude, I will go back and watch fucking Dark Knight.
Zack Snyder, yeah.
I'll watch Dark Knight Rises at Dark Knight before I watch anything else. I don't need. I hate Snyder's DCEU passionately.
PC Gaming Guru for $5 says, you guys are awesome. Follow the immortal words of Steven Crowder and fight like hell against the woke sports machine. LaChina sucks. Well, that's the code you can use for a discount at the Black and White store. Isn't that right,
sir? That's right.
LaChina sucks.
SUX.
That's right. Chris Curran for $5. David Stern. Fuck, it skipped on me. David Stern was 10 times the commissioner that Adam Silver could ever hope. Adam Silver's a fucking bitch. He's destroyed the NBA. Or he has allowed the NBA to be destroyed because he doesn't do anything. Oral B Suriel for 5. Deflategate is the biggest sports injustice of my life, but it shows that Rodgers about the league and not about a certain player team. Yeah, I could fucking talk for an hour about Deflategate and Chris Mortensen's false reports that led to the incorrect narrative that was out there. The idea that the only ball that you can prove was actually underinflated by more than the simple Boolean law would potentially indicate is the ball that was on the Indianapolis Colts sidelines for 5 minutes with no eyes on it before it was turned over to officials. So there's a lot to talk about Deflategate, and yet the greatest player in the league got suspended 4 games.
Yep.
What is this? Sweat Venom Capone for $5 doesn't say anything. And then again for $5 says, how is being woke something wrong? You're the same person that then for $5 said, I feel you're all closeted and racist.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And he also said, I feel you're YOU''RE and then are closeted racists. Obviously, they're not sending their best. They continue to not send their best because you can't use proper grammar. And he said $15. He forgot to send money, forgot to send a message the first time.
So you said $15?
Total, yeah.
Okay, but you're not going to get a response anymore unless you super chat at least 20. You can send a $15 super chat right now, and we want to acknowledge your existence. It has to be 20 for us to acknowledge you. Just this one individual, by the way, not anyone else. Anyone else will acknowledge you. But losers like that, like the price just keeps going up. So for you to be acknowledged by us and our greatness, you're going to have to send a minimum of $20 now. As for your question about what's wrong with wokeness, I would want to know what's right with wokeness. Wokeness is a disease. And anyone who views the world through identity politics and left-wing nonsense has some severe issues. But I'm sure you're sitting in your house right now in the corner with 17 masks on, crying and whining. And that's where you should be. You should be there because you're a pathetic little beta. And you listen to mainstream narratives and you don't have a working brain. So that's okay. That's what works for you.
Patrick says, okay, yeah, but did you go to NFL headquarters and were taken to jail like Dave Portnoy? No, we did not do that. We were not one of the Brady 4.
No, we were not.
Unfortunately. Let's see. Aaron Jones for $5 says, it's Tebow time.
Let's hope so.
There you go. Got
I can't wait. Can't wait. And hopefully Gardner Minshew will be cut and we'll get him into number 15. And it's gonna be crazy, man.
That's
gonna be crazy.
He's already got his 85. I don't know.
No, fuck it. No.
I guess because rosters aren't finalized, I don't know the specific rules. But there are rules about not being able to switch numbers after a certain time.
No, they got this whole new rule this year.
What?
About jersey numbers. You can change your number weekly at some shit like that. You ain't heard about this?
I didn't think you could change it weekly. I don't think that was the rule. I think what Tom Brady was talking about was they're allowing different numbers to be identified for different players. That's how
Is that what it was? Okay, I might have misunderstood it.
Different positions and different numbers than were traditionally accepted. That's what I thought it was.
Okay, I might have misunderstood it. So
and because there's a what some people would see that as is like changing numbers just for the sake of jersey sales and shit like that. That's from what I understand. So there's certain rules about when you can switch numbers, and you can't do it after a certain time because of that. And Tom is right in the chat. I think the numbering is the numbering range for different positions. Yes.
Okay. That's
my understanding as well, Tom. That's
somebody says Ryan is close, so apparently you're close. So it is a little confusing for a lot of people still. So okay, then I misunderstood.
Like historically, wide receivers can be like
in the 80s
numbers,
and
like,
all that.
It's like 10 through. It's like fucking 10 through 19, and in the 80s or whatever.
Right.
And middle line or linemen and linebackers, all these things. And what Tom Brady was saying on the field, identifying who's in what positions can get difficult because they're changing what has historically been one way.
Right. Okay.
So, But
Tim
anyway,
Tebow still needs 15 though. We're gonna get him 15. Don't worry.
What I was saying was because there's not an actual 53-man roster yet, that might not go into effect. I don't know.
Yeah.
We
need Tebow and 15 in Jacksonville. It's the only way that this can be done. And by the way, can we stop with the Vince Young is like people are saying he's better than Tim Tebow in college? Don't fuck. That's people that listen to mainstream narratives and don't do any research. Look up Vince Young's fucking statistics in college. He had a great season and he had a great
season
game.
and a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit of him being better than Tim Tebow in college. Not even fucking remotely close. It is an offensive thing for anyone to make that comparison. Look up his fucking numbers. Jesus Christ. This is what I talk about the mainstream just pushing narratives. Vince Young, that Texas USC game.
I'll be honest, I've never heard that narrative that Vince Young was
better. Oh, absolutely. There's like a Sports Illustrated list of greatest college football players ever, and Vince Young is number 1. It's fucking bullshit.
Did it come out like fucking a year or something after that game?
No, it was several years after he had, even flamed out of the NFL. But like right now,
was it right after he died?
Vince Young had 44 touchdowns in college to 28 interceptions. 44 TDs to 28 interceptions.
Did he start 2 years?
3 years.
3 ain't shit.
Well, let's see. In 2003, it says he played 12 games, but he must not have started in that first season.
That makes sense then. I thought
he played 12 games, but he only had 80. He only had 143 attempts. So
he probably came in as a backup to fucking mop everything up when they were ahead.
Yeah. But it did had two seasons. And again, I'm not saying he wasn't good in college, but he was the all-time greatest. But no, fuck, it's not even fucking close. Not even fucking close. Like you want to tell? Here's who gets an argument for greatest college football players ever: Barry Sanders, okay, Tim Tebow, Herschel Walker, even Reggie Bush. Even though I feel like he's a little overrated because of where he played, I thought Reggie Bush was fucking fantastic to watch in college. He was incredible to watch in college. Cam Newton had the best season I've ever seen at Auburn. That's the single best season I've ever seen by a college football player. Joe Burrow's college season is up there as well. But those are the people that deserve to be in the discussion. But Tebow, he's the greatest college football player I've ever seen.
Burrow kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Like if you could have a quiet Heisman win, Joe Burrow definitely was that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Mikey Gussler for 50. We will get to the rest of you guys, but I wanted to hit this one. He says, since no one else will send $50 super chat, I will. To add more context to my previous one, Angry Joe's movie reviews are garbage because it seems that he and his crew don't watch the movie. They get many things wrong, yet praise crap like Aladdin 2019. I honestly think I don't know if it's that they don't watch it. I think Angry Joe's just a fucking idiot. Like he's just a very dumb person.
Yeah, I think Angry Joe has a severe case of TDS, a severe case of TDS. I think most of you understand what that means. It's one of the most dangerous things running in our world today. People that suffer from it seem to invent things that don't really exist, and they seem to fall for things that aren't true. And Angry Joe is one of those people. So when you have someone who suffers from TDS, it often is a domino effect into the other things that they talk about that aren't necessarily related to TDS, but it shows you what type of mindset they have. And so that's my issue with him.
There's no cure for it.
There is no cure for it.
Yeah, that's true. I almost accidentally pulled up a fucking chat that I probably wouldn't want to show on stream. CMC Advanced for $3 says, YouTube cucked my super chat, and I'll certainly have words with Google for basically stealing my money. The original message was, you guys are fucking chads. Being woke is a joke. Thank you, CMC Advanced. Appreciate that.
Right on.
President like Archie Bunker for $5 says, Tim Tebow couldn't lace Sarah Fuller's bra strap. Thank you.
It's pretty funny.
Thank you. Roger H with a thumbs up super sticker. Sweet. Never mind. I already read that one. Icanalis for $5. I feel you're all closeted chicken wing lovers. Ain't no closet about that. I'm fucking open about my love.
Boneless wings, baby. Boneless wings all the
It's
way.
not real chicken.
Boneless wings.
I like
Bone
too.
in.
I like both.
Chat, boneless wings or not boneless? And
Why do you
dude,
have to choose though?
Oh no, you don't have to choose. I'm just saying, what do you prefer? They're both good, but I prefer boneless.
Chicken is fake meat.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what's real or fake. I just care about what it tastes like.
I don't like the way it tastes.
Oh, well, that's different. That's different. That's a legitimate qualm.
Man, I gotta say, it's pretty split.
I'd need a bar of soap if it tasted good.
See,
you know what I mean?
I'm already hungry now, man. You guys are making me even more hungry.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't care what it's made of.
It hurts to laugh.
Where is this? Mike Hill for $5. This week's issue of Sports Illustrated will be the least read because it's celebrating the WNBA turning 25.
Oh boy.
It is impressive that 25 years of failure and still kicking. Not many businesses can say they've lost money for 25 straight years.
Every single season they've lost money, an average of $10 million. That's what the NBA is supplementing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the WNBA is a virtue signal for the NBA.
And that's all it is now at this point.
Yeah,
that's what it always has been. You know, Heath Nation for $5. YouTube keeps shadow censoring me from talking smack to these liberals, causing a stink in chat. If you hate what these guys say, then why are you here? Some people don't have anything better to do. That's all right, Heath Nation. We love them. We're glad they're here. Ty Sloan for $2. Is Catwoman supposed to be a white lady or black? In Fortnite, she's white. In reality. CMC Advance for $2 doesn't say anything, but you did send that Streamlabs. Heath Nation for $2 says Capone watches Baby Shark in Mommy's basement. Thank you, Heath Nation. And then for $2 says Reggie Bush got robbed of the Heisman. Changed my mind. I mean, like those fucking USC teams were so fucking stacked back in the day. Reggie Bush, he had exactly the role he should have with the Saints. You know what I mean? It was clear he was not going to be he was never going to be able to be an every down guy necessarily, but you get him the ball with fucking room to move 10 to 15 times a game, and he could really be effective. And it's exactly what he was. For
you remember when he got lit up in that NFL game by the Eagles play? Who was that lit him up? You remember that? Bro, that's like one of the hardest hits I've ever fucking seen. Let me see if I can find it. Sheldon Brown.
With just you saying that and thinking of a little running back and the Eagles, when Darren Sproles got hit and broke his arm and tore his ACL in the same play.
Right here.
That hit?
I do remember that one. Here we go right here. So I thought Reggie Bush was fantastic in college, and obviously he was. But I thought he would be better in the NFL, but he still was great. But this hit right here is one of the most brutal hits ever, dude. Holy fuck.
God, fucking ads. All right, sure.
This is fucking brutal.
All right, God. This looks like fucking the Stone Age.
I know.
What I mean?
I know.
Like when we watch this shit nowadays, it looks like the fucking Stone Age.
Very deep at the wide receiver.
Full screen that shit. Like, this is so fucking brutal, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Watch the slow-mo replay on that shit, dude. They slow-mo this shit. Like, this is brutal. He tried. He tried to get up, dude. He tried.
He's got the wind knocked out of him.
He fucking tried, man.
He got lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, he wasn't looking.
Dude. Holy shit.
He had his eyes on this linebacker. That's why. Look who he's looking at. Oh,
yeah, he was looking at the other guy.
Great hit.
That's
great
brutal,
hit.
dude. Great hit. Fucking great hit. That was savage, dude. Holy shit. But yeah, but Reggie Bush in college is truly one of the I'd never like again, so I didn't enjoy watching Tim Tebow play in college because I fucking hated his guts. So when I was actively playing against him with Reggie Bush, like Reggie Bush was just because he played out west, so it really didn't have any impact on Alabama at that point in time. So he was just so fucking fascinating to watch. Every time Reggie Bush would get his hands on the ball, you would just sit there and just watch in awe. He was incredible at USC. He was incredible.
I can't find that Darren Sproles one. Like, I can't find actual video of it. There's a lot of fucking just like text only things that are like massively downvoted because people thought it was a video. But picked apart for Canadian $2 says, Ryan, would you do gay for pay? No. No. Mikey Gussler for another $50. When I had Twitter, I confronted Angry Joe on calling most Trump supporters uneducated. He replied with a poll that showed that more white people who aren't college graduated voted for him. Yet it showed more African college graduated voted for him. Well, you know, Angry Joe, again, they're not sending their best when it comes.
They're not sending their best.
Like
but Mikey Gussler is awesome. And I do want to give Mikey a big shout out. I mean, dude is a big time Snyder, cut fan, big Zack Snyder fan. Obviously, I'm not a Snyder fan in terms of his DC movies, and me and you have argued about that a lot. I've seen other places where you'll super chat and they'll just, they're all on your case, man. But, we got your back, man. Appreciate you and all your support, dude. You're always super supportive of us, Friday Night Tights, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan, and all the other channels, man. So thank you, man. You're awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mikey. Always a big supporter. Ty Sloan for 2. Don't see China's relationship with USA changing anytime soon. Probably not, especially not with the people we have in power right now, and the people in the entertainment and the media. Jeremy Powell for 5. Boneless wings all the way. Plus RIP Texans. Plus, hopefully hockey doesn't go woke. I know hockey playoffs are going on right now. I was able to catch a little bit on one of the Golden Knights games the other day. I'm not keeping up too much with it, though. We just got so many other things, unfortunately. So many other things going on. But yeah, playoff hockey is very exciting, to be sure. Even if you don't really know what the fuck's going on, it's still very exciting. We are all caught up on Super Chats.
I want to give a quick shout out to. I got to pull it up really quick here.
Butt Crack Media for Canadian $2 says Army of the Dead sucked. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish it. I'll see what I think of it. So, we do have a new channel that we're rolling out. It was just announced over here on Locals. So, I don't know how many people will be interested in this. So, I don't know what the carryover will be. But this is Poor Choices from the ladies, the Geeks and Gamers. Poor Choices. Who wouldn't want to watch a channel with a couple of good-looking women drinking wine called Poor Choices? I'm just saying.
Right. So, we got Geeks Plus Gamers in there.
Yeah, how did they get the plus?
What the fuck?
How are they able to do that?
Maybe
they changed it again. Maybe they changed it again.
Maybe they did.
Okay. All right. I'll have to check into that. So, Poor Choices. That will be X-Ray Girl and Tugs, and they're going to be talking about reality television. And I'm really excited about it. Krista Nova did the design, a couple of bottles of, or a couple of glasses of wine with the Geeks and Gamers logo. So the ladies came to me with this idea, and I liked the idea a lot. And I told them I didn't really want to start a new channel myself. So they started the channel. We're going to fully support them. So I'm looking forward to that. So Extra Girl Tugs and Krista with the design. That is awesome. Let me link it right now. Let me give you guys.
Steph just put it in the chat.
Did she? Okay. All right. So there's the link right there. So Poor Choices. Looking forward to that. That's a hell of a good title too, man. That's a hell of a good title.
It is. We're really bad with coming up with names for things. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, the ladies came up with that one. So
yeah. Alex McCarthy for $2 is just sub to Poor Choices. Hell yeah. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that, buddy. Jeremy, well, let's ask John first. John, what do you guys got going on at Black and White over the next week?
Not a whole lot on going on next week, I would say. We actually are putting more mainstream sports stuff on Black and White Live besides live streams, because we only go live like once a week. So, and that's actually been a big help. We're not covering the NBA over there, but NFL has been covered over there. for the most part, and I think it's mainly been in the NFL so far. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Make sure to support those guys on all their channels, everything they're doing over there at the Black and White Network. And thanks again to John for always coming and hanging out with us every Sunday.
Yeah, and I'm really rocking that shirt, man. Appreciate that. And I know you got that from Drunk 3PO's store. And that was after one of the many times people sends the hate mob towards Geeks and Gamers and tries to say we're this or we're that or whatever. But at the end of the day, what we are is successful. And we're successful because of all of you, all of your support. And, you know, we're not defined by any one channel or one thing we do. We will do a lot. We will try to succeed at a lot. We're not scared to take risks. We're not scared to step outside of our comfort zone and create new things. Sports Wars is a classic example of that. Sports Wars is something that I was heavily criticized for, you know, deciding to step away from other projects that people that weren't really fully committed to, that I decided I need to put my efforts into other places. And then this channel had about 3,000 subscribers when I made that decision. Heard people say over and over again, it would fail, it would be this, it would be that, it wouldn't do anything. And here we are now with 100,000 subscribers. Ryan really kind of ignited things when he stepped in and started taking over things here at Sports Wars. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to move forward. Don't let fucking losers on the internet deter you from making decisions and stepping forward and you know, just doing what you feel you need to do. It's not going to work immediately all the time, and it's going to take time to develop things, but don't let negativity and losers on the internet and people that, you know, are just pathetic losers that sit in their corner of their house crying with masks on all day long. Don't let these people tell you what to do. Move forward, stay the course, and then throw it in their face afterwards. Because trust me, we got a lot of receipts of all these fucking losers that were saying that I shouldn't have done the sports channel. Me and Ryan were actually looking at them the other day. Ryan found some of these comments about all these fucking losers trying to say how Sports Wars is going to fail and I was not making the right decision. Fuck you and your mom, since no one else will. That's how I look at it.
That's true. The Marvelous Butthead for $2 says, "Text it now." Anyone agree? I don't know if there's a lot of people that want to leave Texas, but maybe once all the people go there, they will.
They're talking about Texas independence. From the U.S. Okay. That's a thing that they're pushing out here in Texas to become its own country again.
Well, there you go. I imagine a lot of people in Texas would be very, very happy with that, considering the way things are going. Let's see. I think we're all caught up there. Let me get my.
We got almost. We're about to break 60 subs on the Poor Choices channel. Can we bust it up to 100 before the stream ends? That'd be awesome. I'm sure the ladies would be excited. There will
be women there, and there will be drinking there. So,
there you go.
There you go. I don't know how much they'll be talking about LeBron James. So for those of you that complain every week that we just talk about LeBron James, that might be the channel for you. I don't know. Fucking couple of bitches that are always in here whining.
Yeah. People come in our comment section all the time. You guys are talking about LeBron too much. Put up other content. We do. You're not watching it.
Yeah, please go watch my Albert Pujols to the Dodgers video.
Yeah.
That got 4,000 views. Please watch that. All right.
Oh man. But yeah, that is cool though. And My Dirty Home's dropping the link right there in the chat again. So please go subscribe to Poor Choices. The Geeks and Gamers girls with a great idea, and we're gonna fully support that. So I'm looking forward to it.
We got Kwame's approval, and that's really all that matters at this point, because Kwame Brown has taken over the fucking universe.
Hey, 100%. We fully support Kwame Brown, dude. We got this dude's back. If he ever wants to come on here, I will have a conversation with him right now. We can talk about Stephen A. Smith being a bitch. I may have to say Kwame some words that I can't let you say on this platform, but at least
he's getting away with it on YouTube.
But yeah, Kwame, I love it, dude. This dude has been sitting back for all of these years, just building up frustration, letting these dudes run their mouths, and now he is unloading. And I love it. It's fucking awesome. So we will be playing Mario Kart tonight over on Twitch. So definitely tune in over there. Looking forward to that. Other than that, it's been an awesome stream.
This is exactly what's going to happen. Ripa's going to get pissed. I went 5-0 against him after he came in and talked a bunch of shit yesterday or last week. So we'll see. We'll see if we have a repeat.
Hey, we're almost there. 73 subs. We only need 27 more. 27 more and get us to 100. Can we make that happen?
Yeah, come on. Women, wine, fucking reality
TV.
Come on. How could you not want that? You gotta do it.
Cut, Roy. Cut.
Someone says don't hurt yourself tonight, Jeremy. I think he's gonna scream and pop his stitches.
Yeah, I am feeling a lot better this stream. I wasn't even sure I'd be able to be on this stream the whole time, but I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm getting there.
Good.
I am on painkillers right now, so that's helping. So all right, well, we're gonna wrap it up because we need to wrap it up, but we're almost there. We're at 77 now, so I'm sure we'll get to 100 before long. So thank you guys so much for the support. Appreciate it. Thanks to John for being here. We'll talk to all of you later.
All right, talk to you guys next week. Peace.